Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. We are going to work on a little vinyasa flow with a focus on balancing. And we're going to start standing up. As you may be aware, the theme here at the EEG Fitness online and in the studio is focusing on balance. And sometimes when you arrive at a yoga class, you might just think balance. That means we're standing on our heads or on one leg. And there is some of that always incorporated into some practices. But balance can be a lot of other things. It can be the balancing of one side to the other. It could be balance in our life. It could be just balancing our breath. So we're going to incorporate balance throughout the whole practice. One of the main things I like to incorporate into my practice is the balance of effort and ease. So that's going to be what we're focused on today. Balancing, maybe we'll stand on one foot. We will not be standing on our heads, but we will find lightness and balance throughout the practice. So let's get ready by finding our mat, and actually I'm going to grab a couple blocks. If you need blocks, you're going to grab them too. And if you don't have blocks at home, you can you can use a water bottle or a book or even a chair for some of these practices. So once we're all set up, we're going to start in our standing position. And that's just going to keep our feet rooted and grounded. Feel the strength of our legs. Maybe tuck the pelvis and the tailbone a little bit and let your arms hang by your side. And in these first few moments, let's just tune into the breath. Allowing ourselves to inhale all the way from the bottom of our feet to the top of the crown of our head. Find equanimity and balance through that breath. Maybe your inhale is on a count of 3, and your exhale is on a count of 3 as well. We're going to take about 2 to 3 more breaths like that. Allowing ourselves to arrive, maybe setting an intention for our practice today. Starting to move. Let's just let our feet find the earth, balancing from one side to the next. And then as you're ready, let's lift our arms up overhead, reach through the fingertips, grab that left arm and reach over to the right. And then as you're ready, bring that right foot back in and grab the right wrist, lean over to the left. And then we can leave our hands on our hips or by our side and just take some neck rolls here. Ear to shoulder, shoulder to ear. Maybe your neck and head go all the way around. And then we're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale all the way down. Do that a few more times. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, maybe hands come through center. If it's early morning and that makes you feel a little bit lightheaded, just take it slow. One vertebrae coming down at a time. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down, hands through center. Or maybe it feels better to sweep hands up and then let them float all the way back down. One more time like that. Inhale up. And then exhale all the way down. And once you find your way here into this forward fold, you're going to let your neck and head release. Allow your head to hang. And then we're going to just step back 1 foot and then the other, coming onto hands and knees. And then from here, you're going to just go ahead and come in and out of your cat-cow. So lift your heart, release your neck and head, tucking that chin. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Just breathing, moving with your breath. If your knees need to be a little wider, then go ahead and do that. We'll take it a couple more times here. Chin tucks, Heart lifts. One more. And lift. And then from here, as you are in that stable tabletop, joints are stacked, you're going to extend through that left heel. So toes are rooted. Let your neck and head release here. Find that length through the back, all the way from the top of the spine to the heel. And then as you're ready, we're going to pivot on that right knee. Keep that right hand rooted, maybe right under the gaze, and peel that left arm up. Extend through the left fingertips. Lift your heart, lift those hips so they're opening up. So this leg is mostly perpendicular to the mat. That right knee and right leg is out. And then maybe you want to extend that left arm overhead, gazing down with that right hand, or maybe looking up. What's calling to you? One more breath. On the inhale, you're going to engage through the core and rise all the way up. Let the shoulders relax. Again, find that space between ears and shoulders. One more breath. Exhale, let the left hand drift down to the left leg and reach that right arm over. So leg through fingertips all the way down to that grounded knee. One more breath. And then as you're ready, we're going to sweep that right hand back down to the earth. Okay, it can come onto the earth or a block, and then you're going to lift that left leg up and maybe peel that left arm up. So we're finding a little balance right here. So this left foot, as if it was going to plant to the back wall, toes are flexed, arms is extended. You could also keep your hand on your hip if that's more comfortable. Engage through the core. One more breath. And then as you exhale, that left hand comes to meet the right. We're coming back onto hands and knees. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Maybe shaking the tailbone just to feel a little more lengthening and release. Couple more here. Tuck the chin, lift the heart. One more breath. And then from here, we're going to extend that right leg. So the right toes root. And maybe your gaze is staring back at those toes. So your neck is long here. Shaking it out, no. Nodding it, yes. Take a breath. One more. And then as you're ready, we're going to bring that left hand under the gaze and pivot on that left knee. Peel the right arm up. So you're in that modified side plank. That left knee is rooted and that calf is perpendicular to the mat. Take a breath here. One more. Inhale. And maybe as you exhale, that right arm drifts over the head, extending long. One more breath. With the inhale, sweep both arms up. Come on and lift through the fingertips. Again, finding space between the ears and shoulders. Maybe as if you were holding a big ball. Lift through the low belly. Core. One more breath. With an exhale, let's drift that right hand down to the right thigh and left arm reaches over. Gazing down or looking up, what does your body need today? Take in your breath. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, let's bring that left hand outside that left knee, rooted to the mat, right arm lifts. You can stay here or lift that right leg. Find that balance, engage through the core, the glutes, as if that right foot was pressing towards the back wall behind you. Toes are pointing towards your nose. Take 2 more breaths here. The heart, engage, one more. Exhale, both hands to the earth. Knees are on the mat. Let's go through a couple cat-cows just to reset the spine with the heart. Rounding it back. Nice cat stretch here. A couple more like that. Inhale. Then you can move your hips and chest and belly in any way that feels good for you. Let's just take about 3 more breaths in that way. Might feel good to shake the tailbone. Maybe you want to come all the way back into your child's pose and then pull your heart forward. Whatever you need. It's your practice. I'm a guide, but in the end, it's your practice to move in whatever way you need. Take 2 more breaths. And then when you feel, if you've been moving side to side and you're complete on both sides, let's go ahead and pull those hips back, heels to the and the hips come together, and you're coming into your child's pose. So the forehead can come onto the earth, maybe massaging that third eye. Take 2 more breaths. Breathing in and out. 1 more. As you're ready, come back through that tabletop pose. Find the tuck of the toes and shift back into downward facing dog. So always when we come into downward facing dog, tabletop is an option, or down puppy, so arms extended, hips lifted. Find your breath. Focus on your intention or your anchor. As you're ready, let's walk the feet to the top of the mat. Come into a nice deep forward fold. If you have those blocks, they might be nice to come at the top of your mat to just find a little bit more, bring the ground toward you. With an inhale, come up halfway, hands to knees or shins. As you exhale, fold it forward. Next inhale, sweeps those arms all the way up to standing. Reach to the fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath. Lift through the tail, lift through the crown, root through the feet. Focus on the intention, and then we'll move through a little bit of a flowing lunge series. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Plant those hands. Step that right foot back, drop that right knee. Inhale, arms rise, reach through the fingertips, press hips forward. Nice deep breath. Exhale, sweep hands to the earth. Step back, hands and knees. Those blocks can come to the either side of the mat. And then as you're ready, you're lowering belly, chest, and chin to the earth, keeping those elbows tight by the ribs. Inhale through low cobra. Exhale, tuck toes, shift back, downward facing dog. As you're ready, right leg lifts. Keep the hips square. And then when you're ready, you're gonna round into that cat spine, bring that knee towards nose. And then bringing that right foot up to that right hand. However, it's easiest for you. You can inch it up, it can be one swoop, or it can come to the outside. When you're ready, left foot comes to the earth. We inhale, arms up. Maybe pressing hips forward if that feels good for your low back. If not, stay steady. And just reach through the fingertips, finding that opening between ears and shoulders. 1 more breath. Exhale, hands to the earth. Root through the right foot, tuck the left toes, and step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Let the neck and head go. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to knees or shins. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take 2 breaths here as we root through the feet and lift through the crown. Balancing effort and ease. This should be ease. Moving through the feet, lifting through the crown. Just still finding energy though. 1 more breath. Next inhale, arms rise. Moving through the flow with the left leg leading. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the earth, left foot steps back. Drop that left knee. With the inhale, rise. Lift through the fingertips, lift the heart, press the hips forward if it's comfortable for your low back. As you're ready, both hands to the earth, step back, hands and knees. Exhale, lower belly, chest, and chin to the earth. With the inhale, lift up through low cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, shift it back, downward facing dog. Let's pedal the heels and lift through the tailbone. Maybe shake the head no, nod it yes. And then with the inhale, lift that left leg. As you're ready, left foot comes between the hands. So you bring that knee to nose and then stepping that left foot forward, however it feels best for you. Sometimes it might be nice to have those blocks here to give you a little lift. As you're ready, lower that right knee. Arms lift. Reach through your fingertips. 1 more breath. As you exhale, both hands come to the mat. Step back, hands and knees. Exhale, lower belly, chest, and chin. Next inhale, lift up, low cobra. Exhale, shift it back, downward facing dog. Let's take a breath or two here. Lift through the tailbone, shake that head no, nod a yes. As you're ready, you're gonna lift that right leg up and open up that right hip flexor. So the heel's coming towards the glutes. Maybe roll that ankle out if it feels good. One more breath. Exhale, square the hips. Bring that the right foot forward between the hands. So same way, you're gonna round through the back. Maybe those blocks come in for support. And then we drop that left heel and windmill open into warrior two. So the hips are towards the wide side of the mat, our arms are extended, gazing over that right middle finger. So we're gonna do a little flow, and we're gonna just move our feet back and forth. So going from warrior two this way, and then we'll move to warrior two that way, but keeping our hips towards that wide side of the mat. Take a breath. As you're ready, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, warrior two over that right knee. Inhale, come up through star pose. Take up space, lift your heart. As you exhale, warrior two over the left knee. So looking over that left middle finger. Reach it forward, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star pose. Reach heart and big arms. As you exhale, warrior two towards the right. Reverse that warrior. Exhale, warrior two over that right knee. Inhale, big star pose. Lift the heart, take up space. Last time, warrior two over that left knee. Reverse the warrior. Left knee bend, warrior two. Inhale, star pose, heart lifts, one more breath. As you exhale, let's bring those hands through heart center. We're gonna forward fold over these wide legs. Wide-legged forward fold. Now bend into one knee and then the other, just kind of moving back and forth. Let your heart and head release. You can kind of move in whatever way feels good to you. Maybe linger in one side, maybe extend those arms. Let's take 3 breaths. Again, just moving whichever way feels good for you. And then we're gonna go ahead and walk our feet over towards that right foot, coming into a deep runner's lunge. So we're moving into a little bit of a balancing work, into a pose called half moon pose. So you're rooting down through that right foot, 2 blocks or a support on either side. As you're ready, you're gonna just lift that left leg up as you root down through that right foot. So lift this left leg, root through the right foot. This might be where you stay in these standing splits. If you'd like to work on a the half moon, we're gonna bring this block up in front of that right foot. Left hand's gonna come onto your hip. So if you have a wall, you might wanna just back your right hip up against the wall, and that's gonna give you some support. So this could be where you stay, or you can maybe lift that left arm. Extending into your half moon, engaging through your core. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Exhale it out. And then as you're ready, let's bring both hands to the blocks. Bring that left foot to meet the right. And then come into your nice deep forward fold. Let your knees and hips bend, wiggling it out. We'll move through a flow and go through that on the other side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath, effort and ease. 1 more inhale. Exhale it out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sweep all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant both hands, step back, plank pose. Always the option to drop your knees. As you're ready, lower all the way or halfway. Inhale, low cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck those toes, shift it back, downward facing dog. Pedal the heels, lift through the tailbone, find some length. And then we'll lift that left leg up and back. Hip opens, heel towards the glute.
Feel that lengthening along the hip flexor. Take 2 more breaths here. 1 more inhale. With the exhale, you're bringing that knee in towards the chest, rounding the spine, and then however you need to get that left foot up there between the hands, drop that right heel and windmill yourself open into your warrior 2. Starting on that left side with the left knee bent. So our hips are facing the wide side of the mat. This right foot is kind of at a 45-degree angle, just pointed out. Left toes are towards the short end. Breathe. As you're ready, reach it forward, reverse your warrior. Exhale back to warrior 2. Inhale, open up, star pose. Lift your heart. Exhale, warrior 2 towards the right. Reverse that warrior. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior 2, left side. Reach and reverse. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, star pose, take up space. Exhale, warrior 2, right side. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior 2, last one. Star pose, reach to the fingertips, lift your heart as you're ready, hands to heart center. Bring those hands down as you fold forward. Nice deep breathing, allowing your neck and head to release. Again, finding some release here. What feels good for your body? What do you need? You want to bend into one knee and then the other. That's a nice option. Or it might feel good to stay steady and just lift the arms forward or bringing them back. Whatever it might be, let your neck and head go. Take one more breath here, releasing in whatever feels right to you. So now we're going to walk our feet over, our hands over to that left foot, bring those blocks on either side, coming into that deep runner's lunge. So this might be when you want to back yourself up to against the wall so that left hip can be rooted up against the wall. That's going to give you some support. And then we'll root down in that left foot and pick that right leg up. This could also be where you stay in these standing splits. Find a nice little micro bend in that left foot. It's going to give you a little bit more balance, yeah. And then when you're ready, bring that left hand and block in front of that left foot, root down. Right arm maybe comes to the right hip, and then maybe we peel and open into our standing half moon pose. Lift through that right hand if it feels good to you. Open up through the hips and the core. A couple more breaths here. Good job, everybody. Balancing, honoring the body, finding that effort, and soon we'll find that ease. One more breath. Exhale, release both hands and feet to the earth. Well done. Let your neck and head go. Shake it all out. No, not a yes. As you're ready, lift up halfway. As you exhale, fold it forward. Plant those hands and step back. Plank pose. As you're ready, lower all the way or halfway down. With an inhale, lift up through low cobra or up top. Exhale, tuck those toes, shift it back, downward facing dog. Let's take a break here and bring the knees to the earth, big toes touch. We're gonna do one more little balance, a little balancing act. So let's take some effort out and bring in the ease with this child's pose for 2 more breaths. And then when you feel ready, come back to tabletop. Tuck those toes, shift it to downward facing dog. Walking feet in towards your hands, you're coming into a nice deep forward fold. As you're ready, just slowly unfurl, one vertebra at a time, coming to standing. Roll those shoulders back. And then if you have blocks, bring them in front of you. And you're gonna lift through the crown of your head, shoulders roll down the back, hands by your side. Take a breath. As you're ready, inhale, arms up, reach through the fingertips. So you're kind of making a V shape with your arms.
And then we're gonna root down through this left leg. It might look opposite to you on your side. And then you're gonna reach those arms to the left and pick that right leg up. So we're kind of making a moving X. So finding that balance. Find something to gaze at, something that's not moving that you can focus on, that's gonna help you engage and stay focused. One more breath as you lift that right leg out as much as it's possible. As you exhale, bring it all back through center. Maybe tap the toes. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring hands to heart center. Sit back into a chair pose. So we're still engaged deeply in this left knee. This right leg is kind of hovering. And then you're gonna lift that right knee and place it on the left. Place that right ankle on the left knee. Coming into this figure 4 chair pose. So this might be where you stay, or maybe you wanna fold forward, bringing those blocks in for support. If there's an arm balance in your practice, you might play around with that. Otherwise, we might just feel that nice opening in through the hip. Let your neck and head go. Take 2 more breaths. Nice deep breath. As you unwind, let's let that right foot release to the mat. Stay in that forward fold and just let your hips sway. Let it go. Nice job. Bring the feet back together. Let's slowly unroll, rising up to our standing position. Finding that ease before the effort. So now we're gonna root down through this right leg. Let's lift those arms up. Find that gaze, also called a drishti, and that's gonna help you find your focus. So something that's not moving that you can focus on, that's gonna help you stay balanced. So as you're ready, take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, we're gonna shift those arms to the right and that left leg kicks and opens, just slowly, not kick big wide open, just open it slowly. Finding the balance. Breathing, not holding our breath, feeling light in the top. A couple more breaths here. Nice job, everybody. And then arriving back through center. We'll go ahead and let the left toes just tap. Inhale here as you exhale, hands to heart center. Let's sink into that right foot. Bending into the knees, kind of in that chair pose. And then lift that left knee up. Drop that ankle onto the right knee. Find your balance, find your drishti, staying here or folding forward. Again, that arm balance, if you're practicing that way. Otherwise, just play around with what feels good and know that wobbling and falling out of it is all normal and expected. One more breath. With the exhale, release that left foot to the earth. Make a big wide stand and let your hips sway side to side. Yeah, nice deep breathing, everybody. Let your neck and head go. And then let's bring our feet kind of in a little bit, bring our heels in a little, toes pointed out. We're gonna just go ahead and drop down into a squat. So if you have a blanket, blankets are nice to lift heels. That allows a little bit more of a deeper bend. If you find your way all the way to the floor, that's great too. You can use a block. We'll take one more breath here, and then we'll go ahead and lower ourselves down. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, coming into a Baddha Konasana shape or butterfly. One more breath, and then exhale, release. Letting go. Forward fold, maybe the arms extend. We're gonna have one more little balance work before we come all the way onto the earth. Let your neck and head go. As you walk your hands back in, bring those knees in through center. And then we're gonna work on a little boat pose that's gonna get us to the earth. So the balancing might be on your tail, on your sits bones. So options to keep your feet rooted, that's fine. This might be where you need to be. You might want to just have your toes just gently touching, or you might lift your calves so that they're perpendicular to the earth. And And then you're finding your balance here. And as you're ready, you're just gonna slowly inch the legs out as you roll down the spine, one vertebra at a time. Take 2 to 3 breaths to arrive on the earth. And then as you're ready, come through a nice big good morning stretch. Arms overhead, toes pointing at the edge of your mat. Take a breath. Nice work, everybody. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big hug. And massage that low back. Allowing release. Maybe come through a happy baby, hands on either outside of either foot. Maybe the soles of the feet come together. We're gonna take just another movement here with arms extended out and then knees sway side to side. So you're just releasing legs. And then eventually you're gonna let your legs come all the way down to the earth. Hands can stay in that T shape, or maybe you want them by your side. And then you're welcome to just stay here for as long as you're capable and able to. This might be where you finish your day. Maybe it's the end of the day and you're completely relaxed and released. Maybe it's the start of your day and you need to get ready to move on to the next thing. If that is the case, we'll go ahead and take some gentle movements. Taking your time to wiggle. Ready. Making your way back up to a comfortable seat. Either rolling over to one side, cradling your head in your hands, just making your way up to your seat. We'll take a few breaths here in the seated pose, offering gratitude for this land that we live on, gratitude for the practice of yoga, and offering gratitude for our body and our breath that moves us in and out each day. On an inhale, lift those arms up overhead. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center, bringing in anything else you'd like to offer gratitude for, bringing in that intention you set for yourself today, and maybe letting that intention carry on with you as you move off your mat throughout the rest of your day. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. May this practice nourish you and carry you through your day. Namaste. Thank you so much for tuning in. Feel free to like or subscribe or check out some other videos here. Great having you. Hope you find balance and peace throughout your day. Take care.